Let's talk about the construction. When it started, the last minute change, the whole timeline, when we expect to have the house ready, costs even, and yeah. To be able to move here to the land, we needed mainly electricity and internet, right? And for that, we needed to get the approvals of the construction ready. So now we have a type of electricity which is only for constructions. So you had to get the approval of the construction, find a construction company, everything. And then we would request the electricity to the government. But the land was off-grid, meaning that it was a special request to extend the network. We had to pay, I think I paid roughly 5,000 euros for that. So there's like 400 meters on the road. There was like that I had to put utility poles and the cables and everything. And this whole process took roughly a year to get ready. And then once the utility poles were there, you need to find another company provider to connect electricity. And there's a lot of back and forth. It's not very easy, the stuff. You need to be a bit patient with everything. Another thing here, the problem to find construction companies, but that does not apply only for construction companies. At least in the countryside, it's way more empty and it's just hard to find people to work. Also, the guys that are building the house now, they're amazing. And sometimes they need additional help, right? It's another hand and they cannot find people to do the work. It's something interesting. I don't know how this will unfold in 10, 20 years. Because now there's just a lot of older guys working on this type of business, like construction business. Also the project, once we applied for different construction companies, it's a small project. So what happened is some of the companies, they would not even answer, and they don't have interest or they don't have capacity to take the project. Another companies, they would still talk to us, but then like, it's too small project. They have no interest in pick this up because they won't make a lot of money. We ended up finding the company through the tiny house. The persons there, they kind of referred us to this construction company and we managed to start the work soon, so very happy about it. We also had some issues to get a loan, so I had to walk a lot, check with different companies, different banks. We are actually waiting for the bank to come here, so they pay us a visit. Actually, I pay them a visit. It's, I think, 300 euros. So they come here and they evaluate how much of the process, how much of the construction has been done. And then they give the money so we can actually pay the construction guys. It's an interesting, safe project. Although this construction company, they asked for like an upfront payment of 30%. It was a bit of a problem, and I don't know if that's the standard way of doing it, but yeah, we ended up paying it, and that's how the things are going now. I kid you not, last time the guy came here to see the progress of the construction before giving the money. He spent 5 minutes. He came here, took pictures, and left. Boom. So I don't know, it felt a bit of a ripoff. We ended up going for Novo Banco. It was one of the few banks that actually accepted to give us the loan. So at least it worked out. So I haven't started paying anything yet. The construction started, but yeah, it's coming soon. It all started cleaning this whole area here. So this whole rectangle, it was just weed, trees, and just a big mess. All of this has to go, and they're going to start with the foundation of the house. So Sr. Ricardo came here with the tractor, cleaned and leveled the thing, so the people could actually come here and start the work, which is nice. Everything here until a bit further there was just huge stones. All of these stones here, plus the whole base for the tiny house and the whole deck area. So it was so much stone to break. Look at how they break it here. So if you see here, the machine comes, it drills pretty much this 4 millimeters deep all the way through the stone. And then it comes some other thing inside and expanded for 4 millimeters more and breaks the stone in half. It's crazy, no? They took roughly 2 weeks to break and remove all of the stones. That was a crazy amount of work. On the very last minute, we decided to change a bit the house. So we decided to extend a bit, having an extra room and an extra deposit room. So that was the first project of the house. As you can see here, one room only. We had our suite room and just one extra guest room, and we have the laundry room here, and that was pretty much it. It's the same layout. And then we decided to extend, still within the area of the ruin, this 4 millimeters. So as you can see now, we got a corridor. Getting into this corridor, we have the first bedroom on the right side. If continues on this corridor on the right side is still our suite and the toilet straight away. On the left side, we have the bedroom, the other bedroom. and a storage room and a laundry room. We were a bit concerned that the size was a bit too small. Also, consider we live here in the north countryside area. We want to allow our friends and family to stay a bit longer with us in a comfort matter. So we decided to extend a bit more. Quite happy about it. It all started with the foundation. So you see this part here? It goes all the way there. It has like some frames under the house area, and this was the foundation of it. It took some time, a lot of beton, but it's very, very, very stable now. I have an extension here, it was out of concrete. After that, it came all of the walls. So this is the first wall we're having. There's actually two panels, and they have the frames for the doors, the frames for the window, and these two frames would just receive a lot of concrete, and yeah, it's going to be a super strong wall. On the layout of the house didn't change so much. We pretty much just extended roughly 3 to 4 meters of the house. That allowed us to have more or less 34, 35 square meters more. So we have an extra guest room there, and allow us also to have a storage here. So we're talking about from here to there. So that's all for the extension of the house. It's really not a lot, right? But that came with some costs. At the end of the day, it is 34 square meters more of house. Look at the progress of the house. They are now finishing the pillars. So you have this guy here and the other one up back there. And they're gonna do now the same structure as we have here. So we're gonna have like a super nice triangle shape. So same there, and that's the next steps for the house. This looks quite cool. We don't have any update on the outdoor area yet. We do have a area here that's gonna be a terrace. So you need to figure out what to do with it. Maybe some, I don't know, some hammocks or some stuff. It's probably possible to do it, but yeah. This area here, it would be the covered area, the terrace, and ideally everything wood and nice. We are not yet sure how and where it's going to be the entrance of the house, because from here there's no access. There is a access here, so if we decided to go through the side of the house, that's an access. Come here, and that's the entrance of the house. In case we don't want that, the other access would be maybe the rooms that we have here now. That's like a cleaning room, and the other one's the deposit. Not sure how we're gonna do it yet. And the current state of the construction is what you see now. We have the very high ceilings already. There's the marcations in place. Also the bottom part of the house, the back part of the house is already in shape. The guys are currently working to put the roof. I think it will look quite nice. Imagine that here you have the roof, it's super high, so it's going to be very high ceiling, it's going to be super nice. The one thing we don't want is to delay on this and imagine that the rainy season starts, the winter starts, and we just need to pause the construction of the house for who knows how long, waiting for summer again. So it will be very, very important that we manage to get this roof in place. So the structural work should be done by end of September. And I think the roof, maybe a month more, yeah, should be on the safe side. I think now we're very confident that everything's going to be amazing and good size, and yeah, we're very, very happy about it. We expect more or less a year of project still. That's the idea. I don't know anything about construction, so it's very often that I come here in the morning to ask around how the things work and to basically learn. It's actually interesting that at the beginning they were asking me a lot of things, how I want this, how I want that. Like, guys, I have no idea. Just follow the project and do what you think it's the best for the house, for the construction, for the project. And yeah, it looks good to me, but I have no expertise on anything, but I think it would be very cool. And my cousin, he did the initial project of the house, so we discussed a lot about it. He has his own architect stuff in Brazil, so he knows about it. So I hope you liked the video. Follow, like, subscribe, share it to friends that likes the topic.